Hi guys. So a lot of people have been inquiring about the intro. The intro is 10 minutes long. So if you want to skip the intro, just skip 10 minutes and it will take you straight to the content. Skip 10 minutes and it will take you 10 minutes, 10 minutes later, go on the 10-minute mark and it will take you straight to the foodie beauty content. Thank you.
I don't know, but...
No, you know what you need, Chantal? You need to get your butt out of the Middle East. You need to go back to Canada, and you need to start living a life that isn't just a big scam. I mean, this is silly. You're going to be 40 years old. You're out here, following some 29-year-old thinking that he's going to love you and marry you and make a life with you and whatever. Girl, come on. He laughs at you. He makes fun of you. Why do you think you're over there with him? Because you guys are living it up? Yeah, you really look like you're living it up. You really look like you're happy. What you need to do is you need to go back to Canada. You need to start putting in hard work. And you need to, if a relationship is really what you want, if that's your end game in life, I know it is for some people. If that's really what you want, someone to love you, someone to call you baby, someone to give you affirmations, whatever. Slow steps. Whatever. Get on the dating apps, work on yourself, get back to a point where you can walk for more than a minute without getting dizzy. That would, if I were in that place, that would be my number one priority. Not who's going to call me baby when I put my head down at night. Girl, come on. You're not going to be able to heal in this environment, let alone thrive. You're talking about energy. You're sitting here telling us how you're about to fall asleep.
So you're getting help. And you want to dunk on Chantel? And that's why I think Shannon and FFG's chemistry is so beautiful, because they're so similar. FFG has to be the hero. That's why she has to always dunk on Chantel with something. Like when she did the thing with BBJ, I stand on this. She did her big one. She did her big one with that one. Especially with the way Chantel was running her mouth talking about FFG's dogs and all. When I saw her pull that off, I said, leave it to Chantel to have me applaud FFG. I was pissed. I was like, oh, this was so good. She trolled the fuck out of you. Oh my God. So, just so we're clear, and you heard it here first. What happened with BBJ, rescuing BBJ? The BBJ rescue to FFG will be with the 89 LBs are to Amber. You will always hear about it for years to come. Always. That's never going to die. She did her big one. She had to make it public. And for those saying, oh, it's for the money, I think you guys forget, I've said this before, multiple things can be right at once. She did her big one and definitely helped BBJ, because at this point I think almost anybody's better than Chantel. But yes, of course it was for the money. If it wasn't for the money, she wouldn't have made it public. Of course it was for the money. Are you kidding? The bitch held she shopped for BBJ's collar on stream. She shopped for a cat to get a Gucci collar for a cat. Of course it was for money. But I'm not going to take away the fact that, at least she got BBJ. But yes, it was for money. Yes, it was for content. Are you crazy? That is her 89 LBs, bitch. She is never letting that go. That will always be content in some way.
Isms. So, French fried girls should be worried because Chantal was threatening to sue again. Shadowed that she might have returned to Canada to handle some other business, and she would handle that while she was there. I would be terrified if I was French fried girl. So terrified. This is the woman who couldn't even make a vet appointment, and she's going to coordinate a multi-person lawsuit because she felt duped about her cat being given to somebody else, by her to somebody else. But she couldn't tell you who because the selfish bitch wouldn't even walk down the stairs to go say bye. She handed it to Pete's. Again, many reasons we can't follow through with our commitments. So, and Chantal doesn't have much tolerance for distress or discomfort. If something isn't exactly the way she wants to eat it, she's not going to eat it. If it's not the right temperature, she's not going to eat it. So you would think someone as large as her would be much more picky. or be much less picky. But actually, some of the more morbidly obese people I know are rather picky about their food. And, like other folks who deal with addiction, can get pretty nasty if they don't get what they want. How many people think that they've probably fought about food a couple times already? I'm sure he was fine with her coming over, but she farted out a bunch of promises initially that she was I'm gonna go to the gym and lose weight, and it'll be great, and I'll be going to the beach, and we'll be travel beezing. If you're too fat for a plane, you gotta do something. Because now you can't even get out of there in a hurry if you need to. There's no shame in buying 2 plane seats if you need them, but if you don't like that you need them, or that you're cutting it close to needing them, whose job is it to change the shape of Chantal's body? Yours? Mine? A pill? Some Ozempic? No, it comes down to Chantal and what she chooses to do. At this point, she's had more resources and opportunities and access to treatment over the years that most people don't give a shit how she feels, or that she probably can't handle all of her ADLs maybe on her own, because she was always such a nasty, self-centered person that her discomfort brings people pleasure. We've heard of Schadenfreude. You know, it's the same sort of thing. I don't.
So we saw some boats pass by while we were hanging out by the riverside, and decided after we were done hanging out by the river to see if we could find a dock and take a boat ride ourselves. On our way,
it was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him, or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. So, and she wants privacy. Okay. And where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's out with the boys. Thailand, from what I understand, has a very, very active sex scene. So, I'm sure he'll text you. But at any rate, this week we're going to... But she's sitting there, not a lot of people around, but it was the old eyes darting. Remember the outhouse? Or going for Burger King and then sitting in the parking lot, full face of makeup, looking all over the place to see who's looking and who's watching. She's out proud and doesn't care, but hawks like she's ashamed of what she's engaging in. So when she's sitting there with Sala eating, and there's people, you know, not a lot of people, because they go everywhere when it's closed. She's afraid of people, and they want to be able to film, and they're weird. They're weird. She likes getting attention, but standing out doesn't really, like, I think she probably feels like people are staring, because they are staring. It's a spectacle. She's 4 times the size of a normal woman. So I think people are going to stare. That shouldn't be unexpected. Is it rude? Is it cruel? I don't know. Bottom line, it shouldn't be unexpected. And to act shocked would be kind of stupid as well. You've read about it a little bit and saw it on TikTok. Please look better after yourself. Take better care of yourself. If not you, for your husband that you told us you love so much. How much do you love him if you're willing to eat yourself to death because it's too difficult to try to get better? Beyond 36 hours. If you're not a 12-stepper, but the bondage of self. She's so obsessed with meeting her own wants and needs that she, to her inadvertently, steps on people and hurts people in that way. There's another side of Chantal that is a complete sociopath and pretty much doesn't care about feelings, doesn't know how to act. That's why we had the wedding cake and candles, and she erupted like she was going to shit her pants, because she doesn't know what happiness feels like, so she doesn't demonstrate what it looks like. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know any of those feelings. And so with all this spinning in her head, her marriage on the line, her citizenship being up, she goes on a diet.
One, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty. Number one, I'm pretty.
Okay, guys, so this is the trailer for Femme. It's been released in Europe, but it's out. It's a thriller, and I've seen it. It's a fantastic film. It is out in Spain, and it is out in the US on March the 22nd. So here is the trailer.
Well, you can turn around if you're a fucking man.
You're letting them win.
How do you want to deal with that?
I think you're a nice looking lad.
Where you from?
I'm a nice guy. If you disrespect me, fuck you up.
You get that?
Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, yeah, man.
You a fucking big man.
I best remember not to fuck with you then.
Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. I thought I'd cover the Amber Cat situation type deal because there are a few things that really confuse me. Number one is Amber withholding Twinkie. Roll clip.
But and before I was like, Twinkie's always safe with me. Like, I love her dearly. She's about to go get a treat. You want to go get a treat? Okay. So I just thought it was obnoxious where you guys are like, let me see her. But now, like, I get it because Rarity's missing, and then, like, there's a missing Twinkie poster. That's not true.
Amber says that she thought her fan base were obnoxious for wanting to see Twinkie, and to me, that's just a weird thing to say. Because she's always put Twinkie and the cats on her channel ever since she got them, and she knows that her fan base cares about them. Now, she's moved them 19 hours away from their old home in Oklahoma, and since then, Amber has refused to show Twinkie, and it's just really weird. Her pets have always been on her channel. She loves talking about her pets. She loves showing her pets. It's strange that it took her cat being missing for Amber to finally show Twinkie, and I don't get why it's taken her so long to show her dog. I think that maybe it's projection in some way. Remember when Foodie Beauty had her cats? And on occasion, she would start calling them stupid fat idiots, and it came from nowhere. Only to find out that Nada was calling her a stupid fat idiot behind the scenes, and Foodie was projecting that verbal stuff onto her cats. I think that Amber is doing the same thing with Twinkie. Maybe Emily is being a little controlling. Maybe Emily is stopping her from doing something. Maybe they're arguing a lot. And Amber can't punish Emily because it's her house. She lives in her house. But she can take her anger out on her viewers by stopping them from seeing Twinkie. Maybe it's a power play thing. So guys, let's take a look at the Rarity is Missing video, because again, that video is very strange. So let's take a look.
Guys, so I really did not want to make this video, and I'm only making it because people have found out, and it's already on a reaction channel. But yes.
So the thing is, if a reaction channel hadn't have leaked it first, when would AMBERLYNN have told everybody that her cat was missing? Or did she feel like they deserved to know?
My cat Rarity is missing, and I have done nothing but cry. It happened 2 nights ago, and I put full...
Nothing but cry. But, like, what about going out and looking for her? Plus, it's very telling that AMBERLYNN isn't even doing this next to a window. She's not sitting on the outside on Tommy's doorstep. You know, she's not, you know, she's in the same place that she's been for the last few videos. Like, she's not by a window to see if Rarity's walking out there. She's not by the door calling her name. Like, she's doing absolutely nothing.
Full blame on myself because there's a yard and that's where I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and it's through like a glass door, and I've just had a lot on my mind with everything that's been going on.
Lot on my mind. Does she mean when Geordie exposed Emily for messing around with a married woman? If so, it wasn't that much of a big deal, seeing as Amber didn't care. Emily can just say it's in the past. So what, like, is she saying that, like, Geordie embarrassed her so much that days later she took her eye off the ball and didn't see the cat go out? It just doesn't make sense.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've just been going through a lot, and I wasn't thinking, and I left the glass door.
A lot with what? Amber, you don't do anything all day except watch Geordie, you know, the Ankle and Mr. Snowflakes. Like, what are you going through? Unless it's with Tommy.
Open just like, I don't know, like this much. And I'm telling you, when I noticed, it was like 20 minutes later, but it literally just takes a second, and Rarity is like...
But the thing is, if you're just letting the dogs out to wee, why was it 20 minutes? Why weren't they in within minutes if you were just letting the dogs out to pee? Like, you probably let the dogs out, went and watched TV, and then just forgot. Like, you should have been standing by the door, no?
One of the most adventurous cats, the most loving, and just like, when I lived in Kentucky, actually, I would sometimes...
Guys, there is not one tear that has come out of her eyes. Not one tear has dropped down her cheek. It's just hysterics. But there's no actual tears.
Let her go onto the porch because we had like a gate, and she would just roll around in the dirt. Like, she just loved it for some reason, and like, she just wanted to venture out. I know she just wanted to see. No.
There are no tears. I'm just not convinced that this crying episode is real.
Like, I don't know where the fuck she is, and it's been just like, literally...
I think the frustration's real, but the crying isn't real.
Sorry. Tommy has helped so much. Like, I just feel so just like defeated, and Tommy has made like online posters and put it on different websites.
Yeah, but why didn't you make the posters? Why didn't you put them on websites? Why haven't you gone door to door and asked around? This is your cat. You're at Tommy's house, but this is your cat that you've had for over a decade. Why aren't you making the effort? Why is a complete stranger making the posters? Why is Tommy, a complete stranger, driving around looking for your cat? Like, you need to put in the effort. If she's your fur baby, then you need to do the work.
Like, went outside and we've been like yelling her name, and like, it's been fucking torture, literally, because you guys know Rarity is my fucking world. Like, and I know a lot of you hate me and have whatever you...
That has nothing to do with it, so I don't know why she's even mentioned that.
I want to say about me, but Rarity was my literal life, and like, you guys...
Like everybody said, past tense, Rarity was my life, but Tommy's my life now.
You know how much she loved me too, and it's just fucking...
Trust Amber to talk about how much the cat loved her in this video.
It's just been fucking hell. It's like, all I can think about is like, is she okay? Like, where is she? Like, is she cold? And it's raining outside. I know a lot of you care about my pets too, and it's like, if you're not hearing anything, then that's a good thing. Like, everything is good. And like, she loved it here, and like, her and Tommy were so sweet. Like, Rarity.
Not to mention that There's no collars or microchips in these pets. So Amber can spend all her money on jewelry and earrings and Kardashian perfumes and journals and £100 Legos that she's gonna do, sketchbooks. She can do all that, crayons and everything else. But she has all that money for all that junk. But these pets don't have collars. These pets don't have microchips. And like somebody has already said, and I'll probably put the comment up at the end, it is so funny that Amber literally had Erica, a married woman, microchipped by begging Erica to put her on 360. Right? Which basically is a stalking app, follows her and looks up every address that Erica goes to in a day. She basically microchipped this married woman, but she couldn't microchip her pets. Come on.
He would like sleep on top of her and like they would play like
Not Tommy trying to get fetishy with Rarity.
And it's like Rarity genuinely loved to hear and all the cats got along and it's like,
yeah, keep telling yourself that, Amber.
Here and all the cats got along and it's like she went outside because she's adventurous. She just wanted to see, and now I'm afraid, like, what if something bad happened to her? I can't help but like think like the worst, but I just want her back, you know? And I was trying to go through this privately. I don't know, I just felt really freaking like just defeated. It's just a lot and I just miss her. I just felt like if a reaction channel made a video about Rarity missing and I come on here and don't say anything, like it'll just make me look fucking stupid. But
you're right, but you should have put it up 2 days ago. Your cat went missing 2 days ago and your fan base find out now, and the only reason that you put this up is because a reaction channel got there first. Like, how about trying to update your audience because you know that your fan base love your pets? Jesus. It's like she does everything she can to make her fan base hate her.
I'm also like embarrassed and I'm ashamed and I know it's my fault. But I would never do anything to put any of my animals in harm's way.
Well, you don't really do anything to keep them safe, Amber. You just get your nursemaids / girlfriends to do that. You don't do that.
I've had them all for 8 years around the same time. I got all 3 of my fur babies within the same year span. And they've been with me through so much. Like, they're my world. And without her, it just feels like a huge piece of me is just missing. And I just don't know what else to do. And Tommy, like, without her and the situation, like, I would...
You could replace that with, without Becky, I'd be lost. Without Wifey, I wouldn't be able to cope. It's the same shit on a different day.
I would feel lost. I would feel even more lost than I already do. And we're both hurting. Fucking Tommy loved her too. Like, it's just so...
I doubt that. I really do doubt that.
Sad, like... I just want her back, you know? It's just one thing after another, and I don't know how much more my actual heart can take at this point, but please, you guys, I know people hate when I say it because I'm agnostic, but like, pray, like, please, and like positive thoughts, and just like all
thoughts and positive prayers and positive thoughts. Obviously nobody wants anything bad to happen to the cat. We hope she's okay.
But any positive sort of like anything, please. And like, we already, like, Tommy already has like cameras like outside of her house, like security cameras, but
which I find very weird, but Tommy is a very strange individual, so yeah.
We've now also put them in places where like Rarity could be, like, I don't know, and I
like where? Amber, you need to go out of the house. Start looking for your own cat.
I have the app on my phone, so I keep checking like over and over, like, is she just like walking by? Is she out there?
Well, you could check.
but it's so cold and it's raining.
Amber, it's time to get a 6L, rain jacket and go out there and look for your cat. It's not going to hurt if you just take a few steps outside and wander around the neighborhood. It's not going to kill you.
I'm not perfect by no means, but I have done everything to make sure my pets are always loved.
Not really.
And cared for. And it's like, the one time I make a mistake, it's like something that's going to live with
I don't think it's the first time.
me forever, literally forever. I just want her to come back. Always loved and cared for. And it's like, the one time I make a mistake, it's like something that's going to live with me forever, literally forever. I just want her to come back.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the vid. I just want to add that people are saying, I hope that they find her safe. I hope that Rarity is with somebody that's safe, or she goes back to Amber and Emily and is safe. I hope that she's well. I hope that she's, wherever she is, that she's warm, that she's comfortable, that she's fed. And then I hope that she goes back to Amber, and they've put the litter box outside, so maybe Rarity can smell her way back. Amber did take responsibility, but we also need to mention that, Amber, you're nearly 600 pounds and your weight is a huge reason of why you just left the door open. Huge reason. Even if you had seen Rarity walk out, you still wouldn't have been able to get up and walk out to the garden and scoop her up, because you just don't have the energy. Like, you are so big that you can't be responsible for animals. And people are saying, oh, she's going to get a kitten. She doesn't have the energy for a kitten. Can you imagine a kitten playing with her all day, running her ragged, hiding, wanting to play all the time, hiding in different places in Tommy's place, going up and down the stairs, peeing and pooing everywhere, and has to be litter trained. Amber doesn't have the energy for a kitten, and Emily works full time, so she doesn't have the energy for a kitten. Amber, I hope Rarity is found soon, but you need to lose weight and you need to become a better pet owner, and you need to get them microchipped or collars or something. All of this could have been, you could have saved yourself a lot of pain if you had got those cats microchipped. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one.